Hello folks, in this guide for AVOWED, we will be covering the best gear to be acquired within Shatterscarp. We're covering all unique weapons, armour, clothing, trinkets and rings, as well as all of the Wael Fragments, where to locate the Wael Shrine, and all of the Awakened and Corrupted Adra locations. There is a lot to cover here, but I've streamlined the entire region, so this guide is best followed from start to finish, or you could just cherry pick the gear you want for a specific playthrough. For those who are cherry picking, if the timestamp doesn't immediately start with a map location, then the unique item is most likely dungeon based, and you will need to backtrack 1 or 2 timestamps for the initial map location. Otherwise, I've done my best to add map markers to as many timestamps as possible. I can't help but include spoilers, but I will forewarn throughout on any potential spoilers for specific quest lines or areas, and I'll do my best to keep it to the point. There's a great deal of nuance within AVOWED. Multiple quest lines can reward different unique rewards, and not every single one of them will be obtainable on a single playthrough. Additionally, a handful of these uniques are also missable. Perform the wrong action or make the wrong choices and they will be lost. I've done my best to weed out these differences, and I will explain more as and when we run into them, but other than that, let's get started. Our first location within Shatterscarp is immediately as we enter into the region. Simply head over to this NPC to accept the Fire in the Mine side quest.
Welcome to the shit, envoy.
Next, I advise following the path on screen.
Hi, Sean. Greenfall's ahead. Hard to believe it's been 6 years since I saw this place.
Eventually, you'll see this small outcrop with enemies inside. This is the location of one of the 5 available bounties within this region. When ready, collect the braid from the dwarf's corpse, and then head to the center of this area to locate the Emperor's Reach, sitting right here. Next, begin following the path on screen. Inside this small cave, you will find this chest with the Robes of Surpassing Brilliance inside. Our next location begins from the last, marked just here on the map. From here, begin following the path on screen.
Good shooting, Kai.
Eventually, you will locate this large shrine. Head up to the top of this shrine to find the Wael Totem base sitting just here. Next, head on over to these iron grates. Once destroying them and heading on through, you will find the Ring of Elemental Balance sitting just here. Next, from the center of the chamber, begin following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate this NPC, interact with her to receive the first Wael Fragment.
Did you see the 100 visions too?
Our next location is not far from the last, marked just here on the map. Once here, you'll encounter a few enemies. Once dealing with them, locate the merchant hiding at the back.
Your face.
Once speaking with her, simply run a little distance away from the site and then return, and she will now have wares for sale.
I still have a few things.
Upon interacting with her, she will have 2 pieces of Corrupted Adra within her wares. I also recommend on stocking up on lockpicks for this region. Our next location is Thirdborn itself, marked right here on the map. Once making your way into Thirdborn, begin visiting each of the following merchants for the following wares. Speak with this merchant to purchase Izmalt's Meteoric Apparatus and Fair Play, as well as 2 pieces of Corrupted Adra and 3 pieces of Awakened Adra. The merchant just opposite will have the Thirdborn Boots, Wavebinder Bracers and Halma's Fancy for sale. The merchant within the tavern will have the Trickster's Cuirass, Sojourner Boots, and Thirdborn gloves for sale. Once done within the tavern, speak with the captain to receive the one last drink side quest.
My dear envoy.
Next, head outside and speak with this NPC to accept the Wasteland Courier side quest. Next, head on over to the bounty board and collect all 5 bounties. And then finally, speak with this NPC at the back of town to receive the Heart of Valor side quest.
Godlike. Could you spare a moment?
After receiving the Heart of Valor side quest from Chico, it's important to go and speak with Kado now, as if you enter the temple and retrieve the heart before doing so, you will lock yourself out of potential quest rewards.
Let me guess. Yes, my Nikai sent you.
Whilst in Thirdborn, if you have completed the escape plan side quest within Dawnshore and saved both Leaflade and Gladewine, then you can speak to them here and they will reward you with the Gambeson of the Grand Empire.
Be safe.
Finally, before leaving town, make sure to find Yatzli and recruit her to the team,
And Adiran, what is it this time?
as she will be able to dispel certain locations for extra loot and is required for one unique item in particular. Our next location is back outside of Thirdborn, marked right here on the map. From this fast travel shrine, begin following the path on screen. Here, you'll locate this shallow cave with the second Wael Fragment sitting just here.
You like the sun. You know the sun.
Our next location is just next to the last, marked right here on the map. Here, you'll find this burnt village. First, begin following the path on screen. Once inside of this building, you will locate this note. Once outside of the building, begin following the path on screen once again. Once retrieving this key, head on over to the house at the back of the village
Okay. I don't want anyone.
and head inside to locate Spindlewalker sitting right here. And this chest with a piece of Awakened Adra inside. Our next location starts from the last, marked just here on the map. First, begin following the path on screen to locate this corpse with a letter within its inventory. Next, begin heading over to this marker here on the map. Once here, begin following the path on screen again. Speak with this NPC and explain that his friend is dead. He will reward you with the key for the nearby chest. When ready, open this chest to locate the climber's crampons inside. Our next location is back outside of Thirdborn, marked right here on the map. Once here, begin following the path on screen. Once inside of this cave, you'll find this large open area. When ready, begin following the path on screen again. Eventually, you'll locate this cave where you can progress the one last drink side quest.
What? What in Reaver
Next, follow the path on screen again. Eventually, you'll locate this cracked wall. Head through here and then have Yatzli dispel this magic to locate this chest with the Trickster boots inside. Our next location is the same as the last, marked just here on the map. Once here, begin following the path on screen.
I used to love stargazing up here. Camp on one of these buttes, and you got a defensible.
Eventually, you will locate this NPC, who will give you the first contact with the enemy side quest. This is not a relevant side quest for this guide. Next, from this camp, begin following the path on screen again. Eventually, you will locate this mining town. Once here, speak with these NPCs to progress the Fires in the Mine side quest.
There is no if.
Next, speak with this NPC,
For everyone. But
You.
and he will have 2 pieces of Corrupted Adra for sale. Our next location is the sulfur mines themselves, marked just here on the map. When ready, head inside the mines and venture through. Eventually, you'll come to this break in the tracks. Once here, locate this suspicious wall and follow the path on screen to this secret switch. Activate this and then head into the secret room to locate just Pestle sitting right here. Next, upon continuing through the mines and eventually destroying both nests and taking the elevator, you will locate this hard-to-miss sarcophagus, which does contain Magran's force. Once retrieving this, resolve the quest here however you would like. Our next location is above the sulfur mines themselves, marked just here on the map. When ready, begin following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate this haunted spider's den. Once defeating the enemies here, locate this small lockbox sitting at the back, which contains the Crystalline Egg. Our next location is once again near the sulfur mines, marked right here on the map. Once here, begin following the path on screen to this waterfall. Head inside and you'll find this chest with the Wahaki Tua inside. Our next location is not far from the last, marked just here on the map. When exiting this waterfall, simply follow the stream down and around to this small underpass. Inside here, you'll find this corpse with the Wavebinder Boots on their inventory. Our next location is not far from the last, marked just here on the map. Here, you'll find this large Xaurip camp. From the Leviathan skull, begin following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate this chamber with the 3rd Wael Fragment sitting just here. Our next location starts from the same location as the last, marked just here on the map. From the Leviathan skull in camp, begin following the path on screen once again. Eventually, you'll locate this small body of water. When ready, head inside and follow the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate this small cave. Head up to locate this chest, which contains the Xaurip Paws. Our next location starts from the same as the last, marked just here on the map. Once again, from the Leviathan skull, begin following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate this puzzle door. Simply follow the steps on screen to begin unlocking the door. Once heading inside, you'll find Stormsworn sitting right here. Our next location is once again from the same as the last, marked just here on the map. From the Leviathan skull, begin following the path on screen.
One for us.
Eventually, you'll locate this spider's lair.
This one's mine.
Make your way through here to eventually locate this small camp at the top of the cliffs.
Look alive. We've got a customer.
Once here, speak with this NPC to progress the Wasteland Courier side quest.
Greetings and salutations.
Our next location is a little bit out of the way, marked just here on the map. Once here, you'll find this small cave with a merchant inside.
Hey, you there!
Simply speak with her and she will have 2 Corrupted Adra for sale. Our next location is all the way back at Thirdborn's entrance, marked just here on the map. From this campstone, simply begin following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll encounter this group of enemies. Focus on the Shade here, as once this fight is over, the Shade will have the Chitin Band on their inventory. Our next location is not far from the last, marked just here on the map. Once locating this rock formation with the Strangled Adra visible, begin following the path on screen. Once interacting with the Strangled Adra, you will be rewarded with 1 piece of Corrupted Adra. Our next location is further southeast, marked just here on the map. Once here, simply take care of the enemies present. When done, find this chest here, which contains the Whisper of Exiles. Our next location is a little further southeast, marked just here on the map. Here, you'll find this large rock formation with a Xaurip camp built on top of it. When ready, begin following the path on screen. Once at the very top, you will find one of the 5 available bounties within this region. Once done, begin following the path on screen. Here, you'll find Howl's Tongue. Additionally, this region's ancient memory can also be found just here. Our next location is a little further east, marked just here on the map. Once at this oasis, simply enter inside to locate the 4th Wael Fragment. Additionally, on this corpse's inventory are the Trickster gloves. Our next location is a little further north of the last, marked just here on the map. Here, you'll find these large runes. This is where the Heart of Valor Sidequest takes place. To correctly progress this quest and receive all of its rewards, I do recommend returning to Thirdborn and progressing the quest until being tasked with investigating this temple, if you haven't done so already. There are many major spoilers for this side quest ahead, folks. When ready, begin following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate the entrance. When dropping down, make sure to first drop to this platform and then follow the path on screen to locate the 5th Wael Fragment sitting right here. Next, continue down and enter inside the temple. Eventually, you'll locate this room. Follow the path on screen to locate this hidden button sitting on the wall. Press this to reveal the secret room. Inside here, you'll find Desert's Bounty sitting just here. Next, when nearing the exit of the temple, you'll locate this room with 2 potions sitting on the floor. In between them both, you will also find Umpara's Promise. Next, when collecting the heart from the pedestal, locate this hidden button on the nearby statue. This will reveal the secret room behind.
Silly of me to assume otherwise.
Which contains additional side quest information for the Heart of Valor side quest. Next, upon leaving here, you will run into Chico. The correct steps to take here are to reveal that Kado is lying about having defeated the Leviathan alone. For the sake of this quest's complexities, we're going to complete it now.
What are you talking?
Upon returning to Thirdborn, you'll want to speak with Kado and refuse to give him the heart. Continue speaking with him and tell him you have informed Chico that he was lying, but that you'll keep his secret from Thirdborn, and he will reward you with Ampara's spear.
I hit it, but of course, I was what? Oh, thank good.
After this, upon leaving the house, you'll meet Chico again. If you request to keep a hold of the heart, it will turn into the heart of the Leviathan
Consider
trinket.
it payment for helping me forever.
Next, continue with the conversation and reveal that Kado has the Dream Scourge.
Good. Well, if that's all...
Thank you. I'm sorry, my uncle is sick.
And Chico will eventually reward you with the Stormdancer's scale, gloves, boots, and ring.
No. That doesn't... God, I want... You don't have... Here. Take my uncle's armor. He meant it for me.
If you give Kado the heart, you will only receive the spear. If you do not keep Kado's secret from Thirdborn, he will not reward you with the spear. If you hand over the heart in any way, then you will not receive the heart as a trinket. And as far as I'm aware, this is the only way to receive all of the rewards. Our next location is north of the last, marked just here on the map. Once here, begin following the path on screen.
You're Adra, right? I used to patrol out here. Swore I'd never come back. Halma lost his badge near you.
Why can't the way forward in science ever be easy?
Eventually, you'll locate Tama's badge sitting on this corpse. Once speaking with Kai, you can also find Sand's shroud sitting on this same corpse. Our next location is not far from the last, marked right here on the map. Once arriving at this large tower, begin following the path on screen. There are multiple ways to approach this, so explore at your own pace. When arriving at the top, activating this lever will deactivate every trap within the tower. When arriving at the very top of the tower, you will engage with these two NPCs. Resolve this however you like. Once done, you'll find this chest at the back, which contains the Thirdborn Brigandine Jack. Our next location begins from the same as the last, marked just here on the map. Starting from this fast travel point, begin following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate this chest with the Necro Pants inside. Our next location begins from the same as the last, marked just here on the map. When ready, begin following the path on
You
screen.
figure this is the homestead Naguna told us about?
Once at this village, interact with this NPC and agree to help. Once clearing the entire village of enemies, head to the raised back area and over to this dilapidated house. Inside you'll find a chest which contains Cypher's bestowed focus. Our next location once again begins from the same as the previous few, marked right here on the map. When ready, begin following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate this small water tower. Climb to the top of this tower to locate the 6th and final Wael Fragment, sitting just here. Next, head down and continue following the path on screen. Eventually, you'll locate this entrance. Head inside and make your way down. Whilst down here, you'll locate this puzzle room on the 3rd floor. First, activate this mechanism on the side. This will unlock the loot room downstairs. Next, either figure out the puzzle yourself or follow the steps on screen to unlock the nearby loot room. When ready, head into the room and activate this button. Upon doing so, it will reveal this secret room with Skald's gauntlets inside. Next, proceed back downstairs to the now unlocked loot room. And inside, you'll find a chest with Skald's Brigandine and a single piece of Corrupted Adra. Our next location is not far from any of the previous few, marked just here on the map. When arriving here, you will encounter one of the 5 available bounties. When ready, you'll locate this puzzle door on the nearby wall. Follow the steps on screen to unlock this door. When done, head inside to locate this lockbox with the sigil of the arcade inside. Our next location is not far from the previous few, marked just here on the map. Once arriving at this merchant, she will have one single piece of Corrupted Adra for sale. Before proceeding with the rest of this guide, we're going to head back to Thirdborn and wrap up on the remaining side quests. First, speak with the bounty board NPC and hand in all 5 bounties. We did not cover all 5 in this guide, but once you've wrapped upon them all, you will receive the braces of bloodletting as your reward. Next, speak with the bounty board NPC once again and select the second dialogue option.
Wait, was...
Continue speaking with him and eventually you'll hand over Dato's package and receive the Thirdborn Tyrannu badge as your reward.
Feel good about helping. I'll take...
Next, head over to Dato and inform him that his brother is dead and he died via spider bite.
You did what? Wait, you're telling me that not...
And he will reward you with the Poisoner's Kit.
Oh, Aiko, my port. Thank you. Oh...
Finally, head into the tavern and resolve the one last drink side quest in any way you like. Regardless of outcome, you will receive the Ring of Prosperity's fortune as your reward. Our next location is Rimgrim's Domain, marked just here on the map. When heading in here for the first time, take note of this NPC to the side, who we will want to return to shortly.
You see that too, right?
When ready, head into the open area and defeat the enemies. Once done, head over to these gravestones to find a lockbox hiding away just here. Inside here, you will find a single piece of Corrupted Adra. Next, head into Rimgrim's Domain. Whilst traversing through the blizzard, you'll eventually locate this Xaurip corpse with the spear beside it. Either return to the previous NPC now or later, but upon doing so, he will reward you with the Draconic Charm for returning the spear. Back inside of Rimgrim's Domain, eventually you'll locate this entrance. Upon heading inside, follow the paths on screen to locate this illusionary wall. Have Yatzli dispel this to reveal a chest behind, which does contain a single piece of Corrupted Adra. Next, upon venturing further through Rimgrim's Domain, you'll be tasked with 3 separate trials. During one of the trials, you will enter this doorway straight into a body of water. Upon doing so, simply head into the opposite doorway on screen to locate this chest with an additional Corrupted Adra inside. Upon completing all of Rimgrim's trials and locating her study, you'll eventually be able to interact with this bookcase to the side of the room. Activate the hidden switch here to reveal this secret room, with Auroch's skin grimoire sitting just here.
Do you think she'd let me borrow some?
Upon resolving things at Ringrim's domain, you will now be able to enter into Naku Kubal, marked just here on the map. When arriving at this campsite, head over to this spot here to locate this lockbox with a single piece of Corrupted Adra inside. Next, make your way over to the obvious entrance into Naku Kubal. Once inside of here, you'll simply have 3 separate trials to overcome. Upon completing the first trial, head over to the left to locate the Star of Unbeing, sitting just here. Next, after completing the second trial, head over to the right to find this chest with Niamana's Ward and a single piece of Corrupted Adra inside. Next, after completing the third and final trial, you'll enter this room with the receding vines. In here, you'll find a lockbox with the Ranger's Clarity and another single piece of Corrupted Adra inside. Next, upon leaving Naku Kubal, follow the path on screen to these now receding vines.
It's almost eerie how you do that.
In here, you'll find an arena with some enemies. When ready, you'll find this chest at the back, which contains the Wavebinder Robes. That's it for this guide, folks. First things first, I do now have a Discord, which I'm slowly populating with handcrafted guides. It's very bare bones at the moment, but it is a work in progress, so do feel free to stop on by and liven the place up. I am working on all of the major regions, and I intend to get these videos out at a slightly quicker pace. I do, of course, have a range of guides on the channel already, and I will endlessly be working on many more, so do feel free to stop on by and check things out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, folks, and until next time, peace.